Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Guys, come in. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Conscious crew. Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Thumbs up if you guys come in. You guys been doing really awesome on those thumbs up. I love this for us, okay? Whether you're a Bush baby, whether you're part of the replay gang, or you're actively in these streets, please thumbs up the video. This video I'm gonna try to make under 30 minutes, maybe an hour at the most. We got a little bit of reading to do, but it's a few updates I want to give you guys about what's going on following the aftermath of Kamala's disastrous L in being the next president. But we delusional over here, so she our president any damn way. Oh, guys, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Come on into the sanctuary. Hey, everybody. Please hit that thumbs up. Bully that thumbs up. Beat the hell out of that thumbs up. Just put Donald Trump's face on the thumbs up, baby. Okay? That should be all that it takes, girl. beat the thumbs up, honey. All right? We've been going live, honey, so my notifications are shot. So we're going to need the thumbs up in order to help with the notifications, all right? So please, thumbs up. It's free 99. It don't cost you nothing. My birthday is also 13 days away. So, you know, thumbs up for all the right reasons, child. Shout out to all of my donors on PayPal, on Cash App. Thank you guys so much for all of, you know, you guys' monetary love. You guys are absolutely amazing. Some of y'all have been sending me in early birthday coin, child. Thank y'all so much. I love you guys down. Boop. I'm tired right now. You guys know we did a 16-hour-long live stream 2 nights ago. Then we went live last night for 6.5 hours. Now we're back, so I'm tired, but you know, I push through for y'all. I love what I do, and I love y'all. So, you know, we just work hard over here, all right? So as you guys are coming up, thumbs up once again, because it triggers up YouTube notification system, as well as the algorithm. Also, shout out to all the new subbies. We're on our way to 56 to 50.7. Okay, so shout out to you guys. Also, make sure that you guys share the stream out to wherever it is you have digital community. And last but certainly not least, please share. Oh, well, yeah, share the stream out to wherever you have digital community, whether that be your YouTube community or your Facebook, your Snapchat, your MySpace, your Instagram, the dark side of Twitter, Tumblr, or your personal OF. I don't really give a damn where you lay the link. Just let them whores know that we're loud, we're live, and we're certainly in color. With no further ado, let's go ahead and push on through.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let me speak to the conscious crew in the building. Happy Thursday, everybody. Please thumbs up as you guys are coming in. Hey, Miss Dawkins. Hey, Mr. Cole. What's going on? Tam. Hey, Charity to Give. What's going on? Ian Gardner. Hey, Natural Honey. Nini's old face memes is loaded, period. What's going on, Star? Hey, son. What's going on, Carolyn? Hey, Miss Leo. Hey, Shayla. What's going on, Darth Trish? Hey, Kiwana. What's going on, Charisma Missa? Hey, Boo. What's going on, Daniel? What's going on, T Brown? Hey, Miss Lily. Yes, last night's show was amazing, y'all. We got into some things. We are delusional over here, y'all. Okay, so Kamala Harris still is the president, and Miss Trump girl, she still gotta go. It's still Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Okay.
Gotta go, bitch. Kamala Harris is my president. Donald Trump gotta go, bitch. Kamala Harris is my president. Bye-bye, Trump. Bye-bye, Trump.
One more time, baby.
Donald Trump gotta go, bitch.
Hey.
Kamala Harris is my president. Donald Trump gotta go, bitch.
On period.
Kamala Harris is my president. Bye-bye, Trump, 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 bye-bye, Trump, 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 Trump.
Still gotta go.
Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. If you vote for Kamala, then he won't be a problem. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. If you vote for Kamala, then the bottom be a problem. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. If you vote for Kamala, then he won't be a problem. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. If you vote for Kamala, then he won't be a problem. Get up off your booty, cause it's time to vote blue. Everybody hit the polls, Kamala Harris coming through. Don't you vote for Donald Trump, cause he wanna spread hate through chaos and fear, so don't fall for the bait. Every woman have the right to make decisions about their bodies. It's reproductive freedom, why he wanna try to stop it? He wanna ban everything, even Affordable Care Act. Now vote for Kamala Harris, cause we not going back.
Hey!
Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. If you vote for Kamala, then he won't be a problem. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. If you vote for Kamala, then he won't. If you say she not black, you can shut the hell up. Hot sauce on her green, to me she black enough. I'm a trans advocate for my people. It's a fight. Project 2025, they want to take away our.
All right, on period, baby. If y'all don't know who the hell Sunky Angel is, baby, you're living under a rock. Follow my baby mother Sunky on all streaming platforms. She's an amazing musician and artist and content creator. Follow her on Instagram at SunkyAngel334, baby. Okay, we delusional over here, baby. Okay, it's still Kamala at the top and Trump at the bottom. Okay, but y'all done voted for Trump, so you know it's about to be a problem. Okay, baby. Speaking of trans women, and I just saw Charisma say, please speak on Caitlyn Jenner. Let me tell y'all something about Miss Caitlyn Jenner. I don't have enough mental bandwidth anymore. I don't have enough Wi-Fi capacity. I don't have the fortitude, baby. I don't have the gas voucher to go that far across country, baby, on Miss Caitlyn Jenner's motherfucking ass, baby. I put her and Bootsy in the same damn category. Like, the level of absurdity and dysfunction is just so severe. Some people, you just got to send to the moon, baby. You just got to pack them right on up, get their coat, get their purse, get their backpack, get all their indictments, you know, and just ship them on to the damn moon, baby. They just ain't nothing you can really say, because people like Bootsy, who around here begging for a damn pardon and only voted for Trump and endorsed Trump because, as we've been saying, the small minority of black men who voted for that ninja did so because they can identify with that nigga having federal cases, indictments, mug shots, baby, and legality every damn which way you damn turn, baby, okay? They can identify with all that damn niggerment, okay? And half of them need Trump ass to pardon them from something, all right? The same way that Miss Amber Confused Rose ass done endorse Trump because she's running from an indictment and federal prosecution herself as a result of allegedly running a old nasty, scandalous cryptocurrency scheme, baby. Old nasty Bitcoin scandal, child. So everybody over there with Trump are actually criminals, okay? While people was talking this about Kamala and her having all of Diddy's freak-off partners over there, baby. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, baby, but at best, y'all speculating about Usher, baby. At best, y'all speculating about Miss Beyonce, baby. At best, y'all speculating, girl, about it, honey, okay? But there are people who've been endorsing Trump who have literal federal cases, okay? Who are literal criminals. Okay? So please, Miss Me, like I said yesterday, there ain't nothing you can say about Kamala that ain't actually true in the case about Big Fat Trump ass. All right. So as it relates to Caitlyn, for those of you who've been living under a rock, matter of fact, let me see if I can find, girl, because she going viral right now as a result of being a white coon, baby. A white coon, honey. Okay, that's the pale version of cooning, girl. A white coon. Let me see if I can pull up something, child, because I don't have it. I just don't have it in me, girl. I don't know what else to say, baby. Okay, I feel like Caitlyn is a walking drag. You know, she out here saying she in the advocate good bitch because, baby, you be done set trans women back 132,000 damn years if you was, baby. Just sit the hell down and just be a white woman, child. That's all, girl. Okay, that's it, honey. We don't need nothing else from you in the LGBTQIA plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 12 community, girl. Just sit your ass down. We are Gucci. Let me see if I can pull up Caitlyn, child. Cause you know what's interesting about confused as Caitlyn is that she was the one who turned around his first term. Cause you know she's a Republican and she ain't changed that shit when she became a white woman, honey. Okay, she maintained all of Bruce Jenner's politics as Caitlyn damn Jenner, child. Okay, you know, she was Team Trump, and then when he got in and started trying to overhaul Obamacare and Medicaid and all them red Trumpers who voted for his ass then started crying and, oh my God, I'm gonna die. My diabetes gonna kill me and I can't believe he would do this to us. You know, poor white folk always get fucked over by Trump, and yet they continue with their dumb, illiterate, non-GED, no high school diploma having asses, continue for whatever reason on voting this ninja, baby. I guess, baby, you just gonna be white to the end, baby. And, you know, and I ain't mad at it, baby, because, you know, if black people could be that committed to black people, baby, I would love that for us. So I can't even hate on the pale community, baby, because the Pledge of Allegiance to that melanin deficient ass flag ass girl, you know, it's inspiring. Okay, if melanated folk could have them same aspirations, baby, I swear before all of the pagan gods, girl, we wouldn't have no problems. It wouldn't be no issues, baby. Okay, let me see if I can find Miss Jenner's statement, child. She done went viral twice, girl. Okay, she just keep putting that big 15 in her mouth, girl. Okay, she just keep chewing on foot, baby. Okay, hold on. You know, don't nobody fuck with Caitlyn, girl. Caitlyn don't even fuck with Caitlyn, child. Let me see here. Okay, I can't find her initial statements, but let's just go ahead and read up this article on the Jasmine brand that had Caitlyn go viral twice. I just saw it. Where her ass at? Where her ass at? And we not gonna hold on. Is this it? Is this what I'm looking for? Hell no, it ain't. All right. Girl, let's check this out, child. Let's check it out. Let's see. All right. Courtesy of the Jasmine brand, girl. If you're looking for an LGBTQ plus ally in Caitlyn Jenner, you're going to be disappointed, baby. No, the hell we not, honey. Haul ass. The 75-year-old recently shared on X, quote, I am not a trans advocate. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, but I am a trans person. And the reason why Caitlyn wouldn't wish being a trans advocate on anybody is because the bitch is soulless. She's principleless. She is deaf tone as fuck, and she's lived her whole life as a privileged white male, now living as a privileged white woman. So of course she is absolutely, utterly, how can I put this? She finds advocating to be one of the most difficult things anyone can do, including undergoing a sex change, baby. More difficult than a sex change, okay? And it's because she doesn't understand the nuance of what it means to be trans, what it means to be queer. She's not able to even identify the systemic and societal obstacles that are truly in place that prohibit trans persons from proper medical aid, proper acceptance, hiring, housing. She doesn't understand the way that trans people who make up the majority, which would be poor ass underclass trans persons, okay, what they actually go through. So she's not qualified to be an actual advocate, okay? She hasn't had to go through any of those things, and certainly has no idea what the fuck it takes to be a black trans woman and the systemic and societal issues that melanated trans women are trying to overcome, okay? She has the complexion for the protection. And this is why even just after being a white woman for only 2 damn days, she was given Woman of the Damn Year, okay? And yet they still won't even let baby mama T.S. Madison even present a damn Video Music Awards. Because that's how overprivileged and how overqualified just being white is considered to be. So you're damn right. Caitlyn ain't got no business on nobody's advocacy stage. I don't want to see her ass anymore and ever again on the front of Vanity Fair, on the front of XXL. I don't want to see her ass speaking about the trans struggle, because this bitch don't know nothing about a struggle, whether it be as a male or a female. Hell, I remember watching Caitlyn Jenner's reality show when they were trying to, gear her up and condition her for the whole advocacy pathway, child. And Caitlyn was in her damn confessionals talking about the most difficult thing, she finds in being a woman is what to wear today. My God, too damn day, girl. Just a utter, just a shame and a damn scandal and a scandal and a damn shame. So I ain't got nothing to say. I expect blasphemy to come out of Caitlyn Jenner's mouth, baby. She is a cartoon character in my eyes. Once again, people like Bootsy, Caitlyn, like these very absurd, really ridiculous, out of touch as pop culture figures and celebrities. Some of them aren't even human in my eyes, baby. They're literally cartoon figures, honey. Okay, so God bless Caitlyn Jenner. And and her new wig piece, girl, the highlights and the lowlights are looking nice, child. That was probably her biggest struggle all year, is trying to figure out, the lowlights and the highlights of her 613, girl. So God bless Caitlyn Jenner and fuck her as usual, child. Okay? But speaking of fuck yeah, Biden ass, baby, has addressed the nation. And of course, we're not going to listen to that entire thing, okay? Unlike, Harris's speech, of course, we wanted to hear from. But, I don't feel like watching Joe glitch up, and I don't feel like watching his ass do any damn vocal twerking, girl. So we're just going to check out a clip, courtesy, once again, of Jasmine Brand, of Biden addressing the nation after Trump's win. Quote, "We accept the choice that the country," keyword, the country made, baby. That's them niggas whistleblowing to y'all, baby, that y'all did this. Y'all did it, baby. And we're going to give y'all what y'all wanted on period, honey. Let's check out what Joe Biden had to say.
You can't love your country only when you win. You can't love your neighbor only when you agree. Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature. I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose.
Now, I would accept those statements under, average and normal circumstances, I'm not sure if I could and can accept the verbiage that the election is fair, etc., when we got cheating, desperate ass, do anything, stand on no type of business, fraudulent ass Trump who's running. When he running, baby, we definitely got to question the sincerity of any poll results, baby. And the fact that that ninja teamed up with another pick Misha ass ninja, Miss Elon Musk, okay, with her desperate ass girl, she up at Trump rallies, jumping up and down, slanging that goddamn belly every which a damn way, all across these 4K screens, looking like Pamela Anderson running down the damn beach on Baywatch, girl. I just can't do it. And like I said yesterday, with Musty already out here sending them rockets to the outer atmosphere, girl, and trying to get SpaceX nukes into heaven, girl, and putting damn mind control chips in damn people, I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk and Trump made a backdoor deal, girl, and as a reward for Trump protecting Twitter and protecting X and giving him his rights back to X, because remember, it was Musk, girl, who brought X and then allowed Trump ass to come back onto the platform after he had been banned, after he costed them soldiers and them officers, girl, they lives and their mental health as a result of having to unalive the damn ghetto version of the damn Avengers at that damn Capitol riot. If in return of Trump protecting his shit and freedom of speech and allowing all the mayhem and chaos to go down, which I'm here for freedom of speech, that Trump in return asked Elon Musk to help him as a favor. And that favor was, bitch, I need you to help me to hijack and rig this motherfucking election because, baby, it's hard for any of us to believe that the country was as red as it was, baby. I'm not sure if the country probably ain't been that red, girl, since the formation of the landmass of the United States, baby, when it was cooling down from molten lava. Okay? That's probably the last time that country was that damn red, bitch. The redness on the election map is just unbelievable. It is abnormally, supernaturally, just unbelievable, girl. And Elon Musk has the wealth, and he has all of the mad scientists on staff in order to definitely have sent all type of goddamn bots and to damn trigger up and take hostage the polls algorithm. I mean, if the man is remote controlling space rockets, hijacking the poll system would be a small feat. Small things to a giant. Oh, and yes, he donated. Of course he donated to Trump. Donated millions and millions of millions, baby. And them two together, it's almost like Trump and Fauci together, girl. That's when C-19 landed. Whenever Trump get connected to other billionaires and other insane, hyper-privileged ass individuals, whether they're techs or whether they're so-called scientists, shit always get very dark and diabolical, baby. So I know that that relationship between Trump and Elon, it ain't what it seems on the surface, baby. I absolutely believe there was some colluding and corruption going on. Oh, yes. Now, Kamala's supporters have been sending words of encouragement, girl, following her election loss. So let's check out some of the disappointed Kamala supporters.
You appreciate it. We see you, we appreciate you, and we support you, and we got your back whatever you decide to do moving forward.
I thought she was awesome. I think given the situation that she was put in, no one could have done it better. I don't think that it's a stain on her legacy. And I hope that when history writes her story, that it's going to be glowing.
I've been in roles where it's felt lonely, where it's felt like you're the only one, or not even felt like you have been the only one, and it's lonely. I hope that she feels and that she knows that she's not alone in this fight. You ran a superb campaign full of promise, and you should be proud. Girl, I thank you, girl. You did your biggest one. I love you, Sister Kamala. I give you grace. You did the best with what you could, and we thank you. We applaud you. You did your biggest one. We love you, girl. You did it this far. Keep your head up. Keep going. Oftentimes, our setbacks are opportunities for new opportunities and new ways to help. Young girls, Black girls, all people just saw an opportunity to do and be so much more than they ever could have imagined. And now that's just going to become the norm because of you. Come over here and get in the camera so they can see this beautiful little baby. Like, this is going to be normal for her. We are proud and we say thank you. Love you. A hug. I would just know we're sending lots and lots of love. We love you, and we're proud of you. Very proud. You didn't lose. You did not lose. You didn't lose. You're very inspiring to those of us. I'll use the infamous phrase, we're sharing your pain, but at the same time, we are your people. You did the best you could.
All right. Totally agree. Now, speaking of mourning girl, Madonna, okay, who has risen from the damn dead. Y'all know Madonna has had a very topsy-turvy past 2 years, girl. She was had to cancel her European tour for a while because she got septic poison and everything else, but she bounced back, okay? Now, her surgery never recovered, but her health did. And, you know, she had some choice words in terms of these election results, you know, courtesy of the Neighborhood Talk, girl, quote, Madonna is trying to get her head around why a convicted felon, rapist, bigot was chosen to lead our country because he's good for the economy? Question mark, girl. Madonna got questions and somebody need to answer them, okay? She also entitled herself to a fuck Trump cake, girl, which looks very delicious, might I add. Child, give me a slice, Madonna. Okay, so Madonna, she's not here, girl. Of course, you know, Madonna has been for women's rights, women's liberations. You know, her entire life as a musician and artist has been pro-woman. So I know there's nobody more upset than Madonna, but I don't want Madonna ass getting too damn heated, baby, because I don't want her ass to overheat that damn BBL she got, baby, and then her ass back down there to the urgent care hooked up to all them damn oxygen tanks, okay? So we feel your pain, Madonna. But somebody else who is visibly and reasonably hurt, girl, is Jimmie Kimmel, okay, who chokes up while discussing dissatisfaction with Trump's re-election. Check out what the talk show host had to say.
Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth and democracy and decency. And it was a terrible night for everyone who voted against him. And guess what? It was a bad night for everyone who voted for him, too. You just don't realize it yet. And be honest.
Wow. Could not have said it better, girl. Okay, that was Jimmie Kimmel. But courtesy of Neighborhood Talk, Stephen A. Smith, you know, says that he wasn't too surprised by Kamala's loss. All right, check out what Stephen A. Smith has to say.
Independent. I'm not talking about those on the right. I'm not talking about those on the left, just independents who said, wait a minute, she didn't experience a primary either. And the last time we saw her in a primary was 4 years ago, and she didn't even make it to Iowa. They used that as an excuse. to point to her level of inexperience. Then you got the war in Russia and Ukraine. You got the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Hamas and Hezbollah and all of that stuff. And you had Trump using codes. Look, do you want her? Where is she? Where's the interviews? Where's she showing herself? Where's the tough questions? Where's the interrogation? And he leaned on certain things. And you knew people were going to gravitate to that because right now, as divided as our country is, fear comes associated with that. And because that fear was there, he fed off of it.
Yeah.
And people bought it, hook, line, and sinker. And that's why he's the president. I was surprised at how lopsided it was. I was not surprised by the outcome.
Right.
I saw the outcome coming from a mile away. You have to take into account, listen.
Look, we had hope for the best. A lot of us was prepared for the worst. And I, too, am not surprised that Kamala lost. You know why? Because America is a desperate, pick-me-sha, dick-riding asshole, okay? And she don't care who in the hell she with as long as she get to say she got a damn man, okay? So I ain't mad at this desperate ass man-eating ass whore named America, baby. Okay, because she loves her a man. Any type of damn man, baby. Broke, white, black, indicted, federally charged, in prison, baby. No hair, fupa, man titties. She don't give a damn, baby. Long as she got a man, ho. Okay? That bitch is all good. All right? But like Jimmie Kimmel said, baby, those who voted for him gonna suffer, and those who didn't are as well, baby. Trust and believe. The right don't even know how much we are still all in this thing together, baby. They're gonna see in time, baby. Wait till the goddamn first day of Trump's office, girl. He's going to ignite that old nasty piece of immigration purge, girl, which is reportedly going to be one of the largest immigration deportation operations in U.S. history, baby. Okay, so all you hard-working yet illegal immigrants, baby, you better kiss your wives, you better kiss your children, you better kiss your illegal ass jobs while you got a chance, baby. Or hell, bitch, get on your green card ASAP because Trump coming for your ass the first day of office. All right, now Trump also has went on ahead and announced on today that his campaign manager is going to be Susie Wiles. Okay, now Susie Wiles used to also work with one of Trump's now ops. So this was an op move, okay? He picked Susie Wiles to get at DeSantis, all right, who she helped to put on and put into office, etc., child. And this is the level of petty that we're always dealing with when it comes to Trump, as Kamala said, per every rally, that, you know, Trump was going to be spending his first day of office going down his hit list, okay? Kamala was going to be getting to her to-do list for the people, all right? So already, baby, he lining up the motherfucking ops against the ops, girl. Quote, Susie Wiles just helped me achieve one of the greatest political victories in American history and was an integral part of both my 2016 and 2020 successful campaigns. The president-elect said in a statement, Susie is tough, smart, innovative, and is universally admired and respected. Susie will continue to work tirelessly to make America great again. It is a well-deserved honor to have Susie as the first ever female chief of staff in United States history. I have no doubt that she will make our country proud, Trump added. The daughter of the late NFL broadcaster Pat Summerall, and a seasoned political operative from Florida. Wiles is one of the longest-serving advisors in Trump's orbit. After helping him win Florida in 2020, she served as his de facto chief of staff during his post-presidency and then led his campaign for the entirety of the race, a rare feat in Trump's world. Fuck her too. Moving along. I think I'm going to come back to that. Nope. Let's go ahead and stay here. White House holds first briefing after Trump wins presidential election. Let's just check this out for a little bit. Y'all can check out the whole clip over there on PBS News Hour. All right, we're just going to listen to a little bit of this because White House representative, she, speaks to some of the growing concerns of the LGBT and minority folk who are absolutely scared, girl. It was a shame that, she really couldn't say much, girl, because she know that it's about to be equivalent to the great Old Testament flood, girl. Okay, so her best attempt at trying to soothe the American people was saying she can't speak for the Trump party, baby. So that lets you know how fucked up this shit about to be, honey. They can't even make no promises. They can't even vouch for Trump's decency. They can't vouch for his fairness. They can't vouch for his humanitarianness. They can't vouch for anything. There's nothing they can promise because everybody knows what they're getting. And we're going to get there too when it comes to Miss Big Back Cheeto Trump, baby. But let's listen to her anyway. Check this out.
We did everything that we could to have policies to get us out of the pandemic and leading the world on the economic front. There were political toll, right? The pandemic led to some political tolls for incumbencies. That's just a data point that I'm sharing with all of you that has been consistent to what we've seen with G7 countries. And so I'll just leave it there. Okay, Karen.
We had the president say recently in the summer that the former President Trump's vision for America is dark and that it's not who we are. But given the results on Tuesday night, does he think he misjudged where the country is right now?
Look, the country spoke. They did. Majority of the country spoke. They were very clear on where they wanted to see the direction of this country. And we're going to respect that. We're going to respect that. But to your question about what the president said, the president always believes it is important to be honest. He sees it as an obligation to be honest to the American people. And that's what you heard from the president that said there. But again, American people made a decision. We're going to respect that. We're going to have a peaceful transfer of power. That is something the president is going to lead, right? He's going to lead by example. That's what you're going to continue to see in the next 74 days.
And that's her way of saying, baby, that they ain't got nothing to do with what's about to happen next, bitch. Okay? Because, while y'all didn't want the Biden administration and y'all didn't want to give the Kamala administration a shot, baby, don't come running to their asses when Hell Week starts, baby, because, see, Biden and Kamala going to be colonizing on the damn moon, baby. They're going to have a deluxe apartment, baby, on the dark side of the motherfucking moon, baby. They ain't even got no telephone poles up there for y'all to ring home, baby. Okay, so put on your seat belts, put on your bulletproof vest, put on your goddamn helmet, sugar, because, as the White House is currently saying, the people made their choice, and it's going to be respected.
Thanks, Bernie. Picking up on that point just a little bit, earlier you said that the White House's view when it came to reproductive rights did not change pre- and post-election. The president repeatedly referred to Donald Trump as a threat to democracy over and over again. And this morning, though, he said we're all going to be okay. So, was that just political rhetoric?
I mean, if you know the president, you know that him saying we're all going to be okay, he's an optimist, right? He believes when you get knocked down, you get back up. We lost, but we're not defeated, right? We suffered a defeat, but we're not defeated. And that is the president's optimistic nature. And it's very similar to the question that I just got from Karen. The president believes, as you asked me about the threat to democracy, believes in being an obligation to be honest to the American people. And we cannot forget, it wasn't, just really quickly, it wasn't just the president who was saying this, right? I mean, you had the former president, now the president-elect, said talked about an enemy within, right? He talked about mistreating Americans who disagree with him, about terminating the Constitution. We heard from his former chief of staff, John Kelly. And let's not forget the former defense secretary, Mark Esper. We heard from them and what they had to say. So we weren't the only ones saying that. And the president does believe that he needs to be honest, has an obligation to be honest to the American people. Now we're in a situation where the American people have spoken, and we're going to respect the outcome of the election 2 days ago, because we have to respect our election system. It's important to do that. And at the same time, he's still a leader. He wants to make sure that he shows optimism, right? He wants to make sure that people understand that there is a tomorrow, right? There is going to be.
Try Biden. It's okay to tell everybody to get their passport and haul ass, baby. It's okay to tell the descendants of Africans, baby, to find the nearest cruise ship, bitch, and to haul ass, baby. It's okay. It's okay to call it how the hell we all actually seeing it, baby. Ain't no need to fluff us, baby. It's okay to tell Americans to get out, bitch, in your Jordan Peele voice, baby. All Joe need to do is take to his Twitter and his Instagram and post "get out," girl. That's it. That's all. We will understand. The town hall bell ringing, bitch. It's time to cartwheel up out this motherfucker, and it's time for us to go scale some damn walls illegally and to cross some damn borders illegally, baby.
Another opportunity to have your voices heard. And so that is very much quintessential Joe Biden, I think, if you have followed him and really reported up on him for the past several years.
To be clear, you still believe that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy?
I think that the president was very clear what he stated, and it was very honest. And what we are trying to do, and I get your question, what we are trying to do is respect what the American people decided. We're not trying to cause any divisions here. We're trying to be very respectful of what the American people, but again.
So what the media was trying to do at this press hearing was basically get the blue to act like the red. We're trying to trigger their asses up to responding how MAGA responds, okay? But, you know, Miss Press Secretary here, baby, she was on her professionalism, baby. She was reading the room. She knew what they were trying to do, honey, okay? They not giving the other side no room to say shit, to deflect, to blame shift. They're going to keep it real cool, real classy, and they're going to be real smooth, baby, about the resolve.
When he spoke, he wanted to be honest with the American people and shared what he
is also up for being sentenced next month. Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
Yes. Me and Nosy Ho are still friends, baby. Why are we not gonna be friends? Because she voted for Trump? No, I already knew Nosy was voting for Trump. Nosy knew I was voting for Kamala, okay? And we have respected each other's constitutional rights, okay? I'm also still my grandparents' grandson. I'm also still my auntie's nephew. I'm also still my sister's brothers, my brother's brothers. I'm also still baby, I'm not even somebody who was really ever invested in politics until this election. So I haven't even had enough politics in my life. I haven't even been active in politics long enough for my ass to be the one, you know, that invested in the way people are voting. Yes, I'm still friends and relatives of everybody, despite the way that they voted. And this gives me an opportunity to say what I've been saying this whole time and to say it again. There are definitely people who voted to be spiteful, but a lot of people who voted for Trump voted for him because they just believe he was the better candidate and that he was willing to do the things they needed to be done in the immediate realities that they lived in. Nosy came on a live a few weeks ago and spoke about, you know, the way that the undocumented immigrant situation has impacted New York, where she lives, where she has her dual citizenship at, and how dangerous New York has become, like physically, violently dangerous that New York has become. I can't be mad at people who are literally living in the thick of the illegal immigrant issue and are seeing housing takeover, are seeing rampant gang violence. I mean, it's really hard to be completely non-compassionate toward that, you know. So there are people who are living directly on issues that they don't want to give Biden or Kamala the opportunity to undo, because as far as they're concerned, they're the reason why these issues are the case. And I can't also be mad at that, because guess what? As a result of Biden's administration overturning everything that Trump had put into place during his presidency, one of those things that was overturned was some of the mechanisms that were put in place around the border. And as a result of Joe's administration, there's been over 3 million more undocumented immigrants that have flooded into our country over the last 4 years. So, you know, as I said before, I can understand why some people voted for Trump. Overall, I don't believe that Trump is well for anybody and is well for the country. But I'm not mad at people who were living in situations that brought them face to face with some of the complications of Biden's office. And because Kamala is coming out of that office, a lot of people really just ultimately believe that there was going to be a copy and paste, even though a lot of the issues that Biden's administration even had were a rollover from Trump's administration, including the economy, unemployment, etc. A lot of people don't know that all those issues were pre-set up by Trump's administration. So like every presidency, you inherit the last president's country. So it's not like every president just starts off with a brand new slate. No, you're coming in based upon where the numbers are from the last administration, where unemployment is from the last administration, where the economy is from the last administration. And that's the case for everybody, you know? So no, I'm not mad at it. But to the people, to the MAGA who intentionally voted because they don't like black people, they don't like women, they don't like LGBT folk, and they allowed their vote to go toward a convicted felon, a man who's been accused and sued for essay, a thief and a liar, on the basis of your bigotry, that you only voted for Trump. You allowed a criminal relative to an overqualified, melanated, cackling VP. You would rather have a white male criminal because you believe he can enforce your bigotry. Those are the MAGA members that I cannot support. But not everybody who voted Trump voted because they wanted to endorse the criminal, even though that's what they did, or because they were being spiteful, even though people's lives are going to be impacted regardless, intent or no intent.
Asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
mentioned 2 MOUs.
Yeah.
Can you give us a flavor of what might be subsequent MOUs that might be coming up?
I was talking about the transition and how that there's 2 MOUs that are related to the Transition Act, Transition Presidential Act, and that's what I was speaking to. I don't have anything else beyond that. This is part of the Transition Presidential Act, and that's what I was speaking of. I just wanted to make sure that there was an understanding that there's 2 MOUs. I don't have anything beyond that. Okay.
Is the president still planning to attend APEC and the G20 summit next week? And if so, given there's such...
Yeah, but see, a nosy still lives here. She's going to be coming back next year. She's going to be here for months. She's going to be here following the Diddy trial. So her citizenship is still here. You know, she is, you know, she's traveling the world right now, but she's still very much so an American. And she plans on returning to New York, and she wants to return to a better version of New York than the one that she was not comfortable continuing to live in.
Find office. What is he?
Do I believe that Kamala's administration would have cleaned up the immigration thing? Of course. I think that one of the unfortunate tasks that Kamala had, which I think contributed to her not winning, is the fact that she came out of Biden's administration. The fact that they had 4 years to actually work on bipartisan deals. The bipartisan deal that Trump objected to was one that, you know, had just been created and pushed like 7 months, 8 months prior to re-election, you know. But why wasn't the bipartisan deal and all that shit worked on the first year of the office? Why did they even overhaul what Trump had put into place as it relates to the immigration situation from the jump? You know, it was no need to overhaul it anyway. But, you know, the disdain for Trump was so severe that Biden's administration just cleared mostly everything that he had did, which I don't disagree with, aside from the immigration situation. They shouldn't have made that personal, and they shouldn't have made that, they should have conflated that with the personhood of Trump. Because I think that what happened is because Biden is more empathetic, and he's more compassionate, and he's more of a for the people type of a individual and leader than Trump is, that they probably overhauled the mechanisms that Trump had into place to secure the border, because they felt that Trump ultimately is just a xenophobic piece of shit, just like he's a homophobic and transphobe piece of shit. He's a woman-hating piece of shit. He's a black person piece of shit. And, you know, it's kind of like coming into, I guess it's like coming into an apartment that Jeffrey Dahmer used to live in. Of course, you're not going to want to naturally keep anything that Jeffrey Dahmer left in the damn apartment, girl. So you throwing out the furniture, baby, the utensils, the tables, the carpet, the wall paintings, the decorum, girl. You want new paint, new ceiling. That's kind of what they did, baby, when they came through on Trump's ass, baby. They cleared, they purged America of his ass. And unfortunately, that did come with consequences that directly impacted the lives of Americans. And so people just didn't feel confident in Kamala tackling the issue. But I believe she would have tackled it, because I believe that, like Joe, Kamala is somebody that has a heart for the people as well. Of course, she would have known that her 8 years were going to be contingent upon definitely, you know, picking up and bringing resolve and remedy to a lot of the issues of the people. And we clearly have an immigration issue. And she said it. Yes, we have an immigration issue. And, you know, that she was going to tackle that issue and continue to tackle that issue and put over, you know, 2,000 new troops up and just do whatever else needed to be done to regulate the border, etc. I don't believe that Kamala would have aborted and abandoned those things. because she's actually listening and she recognizes these are a problem as well. But once again, she's VP. So she's letting Joe do him respectfully and humbly, you know, but what she would have brought to the table would have been much different. But people judged her because she was too close to what for some people was the problem, which was Joe and him being too relaxed on certain things like the border. And so this impacted people's confidence in her competence as it relates to these problems. And it's unfortunate.
To do there, accomplish there.
So look, he is planning to attend both conferences, if you will. He's going to be going to Peru and Brazil to attend those conferences respectfully. We will have more to share. I don't have anything beyond that, but I can confirm that the president will be attending. Okay, Anita in the back.
Thank you. 2 foreign policy questions. First of all, what are your top foreign policy objectives for the next 74 days, especially vis-a-vis the Americans being held in Gaza and Ukraine? What are you doing to work to solve these problems in the next 74 days to handle the next administration?
So look, the president's going to continue, as more broadly speaking of, in more general terms, speaking of the president's focus on foreign policy. He's going to continue to push forward with the progress that we've made over the 3+ years. And that's been on an array of important issues. Whether I've been talking about Ukraine, whether it's continuing to strengthen our alliances and partnership, standing with Ukraine, making sure they have what they need on the ground to beat back against Putin's aggression, tackling challenges we face in the range from Indo-Pacific to the Middle East. So that will continue to be the president's focus on foreign policy matters, certainly that are important to the American people. I spoke to Gaza already when I was asked a question about Gaza. We're going to have those diplomatic conversations. We want to make sure that we bring the hostages home. That is all the hostages. That is a focus. And let's not forget Lebanon as well. We want to make sure there's a resolution there. And so that's a lot. That is nothing new to what the president has been focused on for the past several months or past 3+ years. And so we're going to continue to do that.
The next administration may be finalizing the deal and getting the credit for that if you line it up.
I mean, look, this is about what's right for the American people. This is, I just said moments ago, the president is very proud to be handing over the strongest economy. The next administration is going to inherit a strong economy. And the president's proud about that. He's proud that he's been able to do the work so that the next administration will inherit that. And so, look, we're going to focus on what we can do right now in the next 74 days.
And Joe knew that it's not about a wall. It's not about law and order, that there is xenophobia that was there. But even with them knowing that, the reality is we do have a border. It does need to be regulated, and we just can't have people running through the country, even if they're justified in why they're leaving their land to come into this one. But we can't have a sustainable system and environment for legal citizens if we're just allowing people to come through the back doors and drop through the chimneys into our home, and then offsets our ecosystem the way that it has. So the wall, the solutions are you just have to regulate it. And every time that Kamala was presented with it, she had to unfortunately deflect on the fact that, well, Trump pushed back against the bipartisan. But what she wasn't mentioning was that, girl, y'all put together a bipartisan deal 7 months before it was re-election time. Y'all had 4 years to do it. And look, I want Kamala to win, but y'all know how I am. The pendulum, I have to allow to swing from the left and the right. And I don't save people based upon liking them and loving them. The truth is the truth. And I just would have much rather her just say, look, we did make a grave mistake. We dropped the ball on the immigration issue. We didn't have the heart to turn away women and children who were coming into this country. We didn't have the heart to deal with that in a mechanical left brain way. Our compassion, it got so a hold of us that we ended up prioritizing compassion over, first and foremost, law and order. And as the coming president, I'm going to tell y'all that this version of America is going to be slightly different than Joe's. And one of the very first things that is on my to-do list is regulating that border. I'm going to do that. The American people deserve it. We have to have a functional country. We have to have a functional border situation. Trump's administration might not have wanted immigrants here because they literally don't like immigrants. Me and Joe, or hell, me as Kamala, I'm going to regulate it because it just needs to be done right. Not that it's wrong to come into this country, not that it's wrong for immigrants to be here, but we just have to make sure that everybody goes through the proper channels in order to be here, so we can document people accordingly, so that we can have, once again, a functional economy and census, and we can continue to do everything how it needs to be done. But I felt like it was manipulative for Kamala to keep talking about a bipartisan deal that only came less than a year after 3 years of seeing what was happening and turning a blind eye to it in the name of compassion. You should have regulated it. I'm not mad at that criticism, toward Biden's administration.
And
we have literally 3 million more illegal, undocumented immigrants than we did during Trump's administration. 3 million. There are 3 million more undocumented immigrants here. I don't love nobody enough to laugh at them. I don't love and like nobody enough to where they are above critique. They did drop the ball, and it costed them.
That this president does, every focus that he has is on the American people, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
APEC at the G20, what is the president's message to China and the other 19 members of the G20, especially vis-a-vis climate change, which, President Trump...
Because I feel like we're living in that era where, and I think that everything that's happened within the church world, where there being so many pastors and leaders and prophetess and shit, being exposed, so many Hollywood celebrities being exposed, so many politicians are being exposed. I think that we're living in that era where, in one way, yes, we are more critical and sometimes unnecessarily judgmental, but on the other hand, we are also more forgiving, which is why cancel culture don't work, because really we have the capacity, as a result of seeing just how human people are, being able to see people in their worst, see people in their most destructive, see people behind the curtain and what's really going on, that I think it has also amplified our humanity. And I feel like we're living in a space now where people just prefer the honest discord. People can get over the mistakes. They can get over you dropping the ball. They can get over you doing too much. What people really want is accountability, and people just want correction. Accountability and then correction. I wouldn't have had any issue, and matter of fact, I would have wanted to vote for her even more than what I already did, just because of the integrity of it all, because of the ballsiness to be forthcoming and to be honest and to be direct. And guess what? It can't be any other things that y'all are talking about, such as conservative Destroy, who says that that's because the Republicans bust them around the country. If the illegal immigration influx issue was due to that, Kamala would have said that. There's a reason she didn't say that. It's a reason why she didn't say any of the things that some of y'all are saying in the chat that is an explanation for why the border situation got away from the administration. And it's because Kamala knows they dropped the ball. Matter of fact, Kamala is on record. She literally is in interviews. There are clips of Kamala saying she didn't have the heart to turn away women and children at the border. She said that, not me. Those are her words, not mine. They dropped the ball. It's that plain and simple. It also doesn't mean that the administration is not worthy. It doesn't mean that Kamala wasn't worthy of getting behind the wheel. It doesn't mean that she shouldn't have had an opportunity to finally be, in power. It doesn't mean any of that. But we also don't have to really soothe it unnecessarily. They dropped the ball. It is what it is. I believe she was going to correct that. But she won't get a chance to. And now it's going to be up to Trump to have to make it real. He's going to have to make it real.
Very different. Yeah, and we'll have more to share on what the goals and what the message is going to be when the president travels next week. I was able to confirm that he'll be attending those two conferences. We'll have more to share for you all, but I think we've been very clear on our messaging when it comes to the Indo-Pacific, when it comes to China. I think we've been very clear on that, but we will certainly have more to share. Good, Jerry.
Considering the outcome of the election, what is the White House's message to Black and Brown communities, LGBTQ Americans who are fearful of the vulnerabilities of the Trump administration, given some policy proposals like eliminating DEI mechanisms, banning LGBTQ, bans in healthcare and classrooms? And how is the president thinking about ways he can advance or preserve civil rights, his agenda in these final days?
So look, the president and the vice president, as you know, have put civil rights as one of the top issues in their administration, and we have taken action to make sure that people who are vulnerable and did not have protections or needed additional protections, we made sure that we did everything.
Trump had people in cages and separated kids from parents. Remember, they had to spend in searching for where those kids were. I'm sure many of them were sold. Yeah, a lot of kids have not even been reconnected to their families. Also, there were reports of SA happening to those kids at the hands of the guards and security and those who were in charge of those facilities that those immigrant children were being caged in. There was definitely trafficking and abuse taking place. It was absurd. But guess what? Some Americans are so xenophobic that they don't give a fuck. That's what they want Trump to do again. They don't give a fuck how Trump has to do it. They don't give a fuck if Trump put all their asses in goddamn doggy cages and bird houses. They don't give a damn what happens to anybody who is quote unquote here illegally. That's what they want. This sentiment on the screen here only appeals to the blue. It only appeals to the left because the left are the ones who are known for their compassion and, trying to understand people's circumstances and plight and identity, etc. The right don't give a fuck, baby. I'm talking about the right is Old Testament, bitch. Old Testament, girl. Off with their heads is the right. Put them in cages, stone them, burn them, crucify. That's how the right operates. So unfortunately, that's what some of them want. And to people's point, it's one thing to reinforce law and order and to regulate the border, because I think we all are mature enough to agree that we can't have people just illegally flooding into the country. We just can't have that. But there's a difference between that being your objective and that being your point. We need to regulate it. We want people to come here if they need to come here, if they have a desire to come here, if there's a better life for them here. Sure, come on and join the rest of us, baby, and trying to, get some sense of comfort and quality in your life. But then there's a different thing when you're actually xenophobic. And a lot of people on the right are actually just purely xenophobic. They do not like Black people. They do not like themselves. and they do not like other people. They do not like foreigners. They don't even want the foreigners who are here legally to be here either. They really secretly want their asses packed up and shipped up. But like Kamala said, like Obama said, like so many others said, we're all immigrants. And a lot of us are illegal immigrants at that. We were brought over here as captives of war, and or we were the invaders and colonizers. You know, but let's listen to what press secretary has to say about LGBT and other minority folk who are afraid of Trump loosening up the mechanisms that Biden has put into place regarding civil protections.
The other 19 members of the G20, especially vis-a-vis climate change, which, you know, President Trump has a very different.
Yeah, and we'll have.
Is the president thinking about ways he can advance or preserve civil rights, his agenda in these final days?
So look, the president and the vice president, as you know, have put civil rights as one of the top issues in their administration, and we have taken action to make sure that people who are vulnerable and did not have protections or needed additional protections, we made sure that we did everything that we can with this administration so that people in those vulnerable communities feel protected. And that's something that the president and the vice president believe in, are very proud of, and continue to do. And when it comes to this election, I said this, we did not have the desired outcome. There are some people who are celebrating and some people who are heartbroken by this moment. And we understand that. But the reality is majority of the American people voted. And so we're going to respect that. I don't have any new policies to speak to, but for those who are hurting, we see you, we hear you, we understand what you're going through, but don't have anything else to speak to.
One more question. There are reports of racist text messages targeting Black Americans being sent across the country, particularly on college campuses, Ohio State, University of Alabama, Clemson University. These messages are claiming to be from Trump supporters, indicating that recipients have been selected to, quote, pick cotton on plantations. These messages were quickly condemned by campus and civil rights leaders. But is the White House tracking this, and what concern does the White House have about the outcome of the election leading to heightened hate speech?
Well, look, I have not spoken to the team here about that reporting. It does sound concerning, obviously. I would have to go back and get a better sense of what is indeed happening and what, you know, the facts are. You know, just going to the broader question, it is important for every community to feel safe, to feel protected. That is something that this president has done and the vice president has done over the 3.5 years. We understand how vulnerable communities can feel, and it is important that we do that. And I think that's why in the next 74 days, the president wants to lead by example. That's why we keep talking about a peaceful transfer of power. That's why we keep talking about the importance of the election system and the results, because he believes it's important to, again, lead by example as president of the United States. And that's what we're going to do here. Again, I can't speak to the reportings directly. If it is, indeed is what's happening, it is concerning. And so let me talk to the team and get you a fuller answer.
It's not unbelievable when we're talking about the right. Nothing is unbelievable. The right has no humanity. That's why they're talking about overthrowing the Department of Education. They're talking about stripping Social Security. They don't give a fuck about the elderly. Don't give a fuck about Black women. They don't give a fuck about LGBT folk. I don't be surprised at anything. When we lived through the chaos of the border situation and Trump fiercely and recklessly trying to regulate it when he was in office, I was not surprised that kids were literally being kept in cages. That didn't surprise me. Because that's what I see when I look at the right. That's what I see. That's what I see. It looked exactly like them. That's what it looked like. I wasn't surprised. I was shooketh. I was heartbroken. I was distressed. It was horrendous to have to observe. But at the same time, I wasn't surprised considering the people who were in charge. I wasn't surprised at all. And the fact that, as Bougie Barbie says, unbelievable that we already saw what he would do, and still here we are again. And that's because that goes to show you that if Americans could have lived through all of that and saw all of that, and I don't say Americans because all of us didn't do this, for MAGA, for those who voted Trump, for them to have lived through that too, and they bear witness to all that too, and here it is again, that goes to show you that this ain't just about who Trump is. Trump is a bunch of Americans. Trump is just the leader of a tribe. So it just goes to show you how inhumane a lot of Americans actually are. They don't care just like him. That's what they want. They want it just like him. Trump ain't the only person who wants shit to look the way that it is. In the way that it's going to be again times 12. There's a horde of other individuals who want it just how he had it. And they don't give a damn. They don't care about how their version of the country needs to come about. It just needs to come about by any means necessary. They don't care whether it's by blood. You're talking about the same people who saw those kids in cages and were the same group of people that tried to illegally seize the Capitol building. These people mean business. That's why we talk the way that we talk. That's why we've been campaigning the way we've been campaigning over here for months. These motherfuckers mean business. They actually put their lives on the line. That's why I say we could actually take ones out of their book. Because it's some things in principle that they got that would benefit us if we had a little bit more of that too. Trying to storm the Capitol was nuts. But at the same time, bitch, I can't lie. I respected the principle behind it. Because as we were saying yesterday, everybody knows this is dwindling down to a civil war. And the fact that the right are willing to lay their lives down is very scary, because it goes to show you that these people are willing to give everything they got, including their lives, baby, for what they believe. While we're still being very reasonable, we're still being very diplomatic, we're still being very Christian, we're still being very soft in our diplomacy. There's a lot of things the right be doing, baby. It's cruel as fucking shit. Like the way they direct the energy, I don't be agreeing with. But the energy itself, I'd be like, damn, bitch. These motherfuckers are soldiers. These motherfuckers, like, they acting like our ancestors about their shit. They acting like how our ancestors was acting about this shit. Talking about total confrontation, bitch, of the system. Fiercely, unapologetically objecting and confrontational. White people will cancel, boycott, remove their coin, their resources. Bitch, they will run up into the White household. Baby, if we had a little bit more of that va-va, a little bit more of that pep in our motherfucking step. Because let me tell you something, baby. I don't disagree with the energy. I disagree with the way they streamline that energy. They use it to be bigoted. They use it to be antiquated and to reinforce outdated ass ideology, they use it to be inhumane. But baby, I don't disagree with the energy. Everything that a revolution is made out of, the right still has an energy. We have lost that energy on our side. We've lost that energy. Our foot don't be stern enough. We are slightly out of balance. We got more feminine energy than masculine energy. We're slightly out of balance. We need a bit more of that masculine, of that solar energy. We work from a lot of lunar energy, which is why we're so compassionate. We're so understanding. And that's what we should be. But where we fail at is, bitch, when it's time to regulate, when it's time to go to war economically, when it's time to go to battle socially, we lack that. And that's what I'm talking about, because this is the only energy that works in this country. This country don't recognize no other energy but masculine energy, testosterone energy. They did all that and also just got rewarded with the White House again, bitch. Again. That's why now y'all know why I've been saying everything I've been saying for months. Like, when we gonna have the other conversation? Because baby, y'all want to continue, girl, to sit at the desk and wear your pinstripe suits and put on your reading glasses, and you just think that this war can be fought intellectually. It's not. They create change by force as well. And if we don't get in touch and balance ourselves with lunar energy, with solar energy, the divine feminine, baby, she gonna end up on the cross once again. That same divine energy, that same divine feminine energy is what put Christ's ass up on the cross 2,500 years ago. I keep telling y'all, we are playing checkers while them folk is playing motherfucking chess, bitch. Them motherfuckers over there playing Fortnite and we playing Monopoly. They are playing Grand Theft Auto, girl, and we over here playing The Sims. Moving along. Hey, Uncle Charles. Hey.
What will Kamala focus on in next 74 days? And will she spoke with J.D. Vance?
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. You're talking about the vice president? Yes. Okay. So I think I talked about what the administration, which obviously includes the vice president, what we're going to focus on the next 74 days. I will have more to share with you about a potential meeting with the vice president and the incoming vice president, J.D. Vance. Don't have anything to share with you at this time. Go ahead, Brian, in the back.
Thanks a lot, Kareem. Donald Trump had classified documents at Mar-a-Lago that he did not secure. Does the president have concerns about classified information being given to Donald Trump in the next 74 days as part of the transition, that Donald Trump would not take steps to protect that?
Look, I'm going to leave it to ODNI to speak to whatever information, classified information. I'm not going to get into speculation from here and just leave it there for now. Oh, yeah, sure.
President Biden invites Trump to the White House, will he also invite the other living presidents? Will he invite Barack Obama?
If we don't tap into a Django energy, if we don't tap into a damn Nat Turner ass energy, if we don't tap into a damn Harriet Tubman ass energy, a Malcolm X ass energy, because we tried the King's way the whole time. And even by the end of his life, he started singing another type of goddamn blues, baby. Even after he had did it the way his spirituality, his moral compass would have him do it, even he, after applying said feminine method, was changing his tune by the end of his days. That should have woke our people up right then and there. But it didn't. We've continued to be peaceful. But, you know, there are two types of wars. War, and there's another one called a holy war, which is a righteous war. Y'all have just shunned all aggressive method because it doesn't fit the over romantic, poetic, humanitarian feel good that we prefer. But the issue is what we prefer is our literal circumstances are calling us to be more aggressive, regardless of what our preferences are. Just like you might not prefer to pop the intruder in your damn home, but that's what the hell your circumstances are currently calling you to do. And that's exactly what the hell you're going to do if you got the means to do it. And what we are doing is the equivalent of watching a perp in our home, and we have the means to remedy the problem, but we too soft to pull the motherfucking eagle. And then think there's going to be some other outcome than the one that keeps coming out, which is us on the losing motherfucking end of the shit. There's a lot of ways in which we can be aggressive, not just in tearing shit up, aggressive economically, aggressive intellectually, yes, aggressive physically and materially. But how many of us are going to continue to sing Negro spirituals while our children lay blood in the streets? While our people continue to be set back and have their narratives controlled by the anti-black puppets that work for Massa and Massa himself? How long, how many more eras of peaceful protesting and marching and begging a system that keeps showing us who it is? Most of us who do that on this side would have already broken up with a motherfucker in a romantic relationship had they played with us as consistently as this system has. But yet, we deal with this system in a way that we would never even accept from a motherfucker who we're dealing with physically. So why the hell are we staying the course for this long with a motherfucker who keeps showing us over and over and over and over and over again. And yet we still ain't filed for divorce. We still ain't filed for separation. We still ain't packed our shit. We still ain't put this motherfucker out. Because a lot of us are too educated and got too much self-awareness and self-esteem to have put up with this in any other context. So why the hell are generations of minority people continuing to take the soft approach to an aggressive ass problem? Right, Noel, would have been gone. And we would have been gone under any other circumstance. And yet we still here holding on to this motherfucking relationship after we done seen that the marriage ain't getting no better. We done implemented counseling. We done got our money up. We done did everything that we supposed to do. And yet the marriage still raggedy as hell. Still the other party ain't partying. While y'all watching the other side whoop ass and take names. And literally whoop ass and take names. Taking names by any means necessary. They have aggression in every area of their strategy. Economic aggression, social aggression. We sheep in a line, in a den full of lions. You get to decide if you're going to be a lion by tomorrow or not.
Bush and Bill Clinton
Yeah.
be there as well.
I don't have anything beyond President Biden inviting the president-elect when they spoke recently. I don't have anything more. Obviously, when that meeting lands in the very near future, we will share that. The teams are working on it. I just don't have anything beyond the president inviting the president-elect. Okay, Phil.
Thank you. First, a quick follow-up. Just, does the president still stand by his description of the former president, now president-elect, as an existential threat to democracy?
I don't have anything else to share beyond what I said. The president believes, when he said it at the time, he believes he had an obligation to be honest with the American people. I laid out what people who, former staffers of the former president said. We're talking about John Kelly, former chief of staff. We're talking about the former defense secretary.
That they should be fully cooperative as the next president seeks to put his agenda into action.
Fully cooperative.
Not slow things down.
Oh, no, that's what we're gonna. It's not complicated. It's truly as simple as that. As simple as that. The president called the president-elect, invited him to the White House. You know why? Because
it's the right thing to do. Because we're always doing the right thing. All right. Moving along. Trump and his tariffs pretty much are said to going to deplete and bring America into a damn Great Depression if he follows through with those tariffs, okay? Commenters are saying if you voted for Trump because of your concern for inflation, baby, you're going to be in for a surprise awakening. Someone else says that a recession is a great thing for the rich. Everyone else, good luck trying to make ends meet. Another person says, yes, tariffs were indeed one of the driving factors of the Great Depression. Somebody else said tariffs plus spending plus tax cuts plus rate cuts equal, guess what, people? Inflation. Another user says, now don't start complaining about how the prices are rising. Leon said we'll have pain. Tell that to your teenager. Another user says, I have a U.S. manufacturing company. If those numbers are real, baby, we're going to have to shut down our domestic production and move a contract manufacturing overseas. And guess what? There are already factories and warehouses laying off as much as 2,000 people because they are preparing for Trump's tariffs plan. There are already companies unemploying and laying off their employees in preparation for Trump's tariff plan that is going to make America even broker again. By the time Trump is done, y'all will be begging for Kamala ass. Y'all will be begging for Joe's ass, even, I should say. Now, as you guys know, a big narrative was that Trump was running for president because he wanted to invade criminal persecution. Well, he in fact has once again got off by the hair on his chinny chin. Because once again, those motherfuckers are playing chess, not checkers. Courtesy of The Garden, U.S. Special Counsel to wind down criminal cases against Donald Trump. I got hiccups, y'all. Special counsel prosecutors will shut down their criminal cases against Donald Trump before he takes office, according to two people with direct knowledge of the matter. After his stunning victory against Kamala Harris meant they would not proceed to trial. The move reflects the reality that the cases will not be completed before the inauguration day. Once the former president returns to the White House, the special counsel's office would be prohibited, you all, from pursuing further criminal actions under Justice Department policy. The Justice Department has long known that if Trump won, the criminal cases over Trump's retention of classified documents and his efforts to overturn the 2020 election would be finished because Trump's attorney general would likely drop the charges. But it is also understood to be preemptive measure to ensure that Trump will not be able to order the dismissal of the special counsel Jack Smith, as he had vowed to do if he takes office and Smith remained in his role. Hold on, y'all. Let me get rid of these hiccups super quick because I can't deal with it. Hold on. Listen to this. I'll be right back.
From everywhere else. So what could this mean for your money? Our very own Akiko Fujita has more.
Brad, the expectation is that Trump will boost inflation, and that's been reflected in the swings we have seen in the bond market today, particularly on the longer end of the curve. Donald Trump has talked about tariffs, as you mentioned, as a solution to a string of problems, also saying during his campaign that tariffs would be a key source of revenue to pay for his agenda. Now, that could lead to a serious dent for average Americans. Trump has repeatedly promised to add universal 20% tariffs on all goods imported into the U.S., 60% tax on goods coming in from China, and we're talking about more than $3 trillion worth of goods being slapped with tariffs. The Peterson Institute for International Economics estimates those tariffs alone would cost the typical American household over $2,600 a year. Another study by the Yale Budget Lab puts that estimate even higher, saying Trump's proposed tariffs would add anywhere from $1,900 to $7,600 per household annually. And when you put it simply, the 1060 or potentially the 2060 tariffs on those goods would lift U.S. tariffs to their highest levels since the 1930s.
All right, so if you guys ever want to get rid of hiccups, just hold your breath for 30 plus seconds and you will have successfully suppressed your hiccups. The possibility had been relished by Trump's close aides and advisors, who privately imagined Trump ordering Smith's removal and his team having to vacate their office space in Washington. The Justice Department is still examining how to wind down the cases, which are in different stages and are complicated. In particular, the department does not want the classified documents case which was dismissed and currently under appeal to go unchallenged. Failure to pursue an appeal over the dismissal of the classified documents case on grounds that the special counsel himself was illegally appointed could set a problematic precedent and hamper the department's ability to use special counsels in the future. All right, so Trump has once again halted his motherfucking asshole, baby. Okay, he's going to be a free man for the next 4 years, which is equivalent to Diddy ass being out for 4 years until trial. Okay, that's the equivalency. All right. Now, if this is not a big telltale sign to people that Trump don't give a fuck about you, Trump more than likely would not have even ran again, because he's such a fucking narcissist that his ego wouldn't have been able to survive potentially losing again, since he lost to Biden out of all people, someone he doesn't even respect, someone that he thinks is weak and incompetent at that, and yet he got his ass whipped. Trump was just mad and tucked his tail between his legs and went on pouting and hooting and hollering, and would not have had the actual audacity to run if it wasn't for his actual ass, his actual freedom being on the motherfucking line. Okay, so all these folk who voted for Trump because they really think that he is team America, that he is team the people, that he is for the people, baby, you're just wishful thinkers at best. Okay, and half of y'all don't even have a 8th grade education at that. Just tragic, bitch. All right, so yes, Trump is going to be a free man, you guys. Welcome to Trump's America for the next 4 years, if he is even alive. After 4 years, they might Bill Cosby his ass, but hell, all the damage would have been done already, right? This man done practically lived, well into his 80s. He's been to Epstein Island. He's done all the harm he's gonna do. He's hurt all the women he's gonna hurt. He's hurt all the citizens he done hurt. I mean, the man got to live his best fucked up ass life. And he's going to be able to spend his golden years being a political maniac. I mean, talk about a gross miscarriage of justice here. And I agree with all the other commenters. Since y'all are going to allow felons and convicts to run the country, y'all need to be just as passionate and diligent in giving other felons and convicts a second chance at life. Scrub their motherfucking records. Scrub their criminal arrest records. Be just as fair to everybody else who deserves a second chance. Be just as forgiving, because if a motherfucker could still qualify and become the president, considering the circumstances, then baby, so is every other American noteworthy of the same red carpet treatment after doing the motherfucking most. Take it off the job application, as Miss Dahlberry said. No need for a background check even. How about that? No background checks, baby. No felonies, no misdemeanors, baby. Let's just act like it never happened. You did your time. You got convicted. Hell, and it Trump's case, baby, wasn't even no time done. No house arrest. No restitution. I mean, hell, you might as well just completely eradicate the criminal justice system altogether, because that's essentially what Trump did. Trump got to act and live as if there is no such thing as law. This man didn't even initially turn over his tax returns or give up his businesses. This man has literally done what he wanted to do. This is what freedom looks like. This is actually what above the law looks like. And the fact that there are pale people who can continue to think that they can tell us that pale privilege don't exist when y'all have given Obama and Kamala absolute motherfucking hell. And they were scandal free, mugshot free, educated, and experienced in politics on top of that. Could Kamala or Obama have gotten away with this? Of course not. Y'all won't even let niggas with a felony be a damn crossing guard, yet alone VP or the damn president. And you can't make this shit up, baby. If this don't let y'all know who the fuck is in control of this shit, if this don't let y'all know that there literally is a complexion for the protection, baby. You know why Trump talking about giving cops qualified immunity? Because, baby, he mastered the art of qualified immunity for himself first, and now he wants to give it to all his people too. But he made sure to obtain it first. He made sure to master the art, baby, of that qualified immunity shit, and now wants to gift it to all his folk. America is a joke. That's why in Germany they got his ass on the front of newspapers as Oscar the fucking Grouch, laughing at Americans. Because people like Trump prove to us time and time again that the system is subjective and not actually real. Whom it applies to is completely determined not by the law, but the individual who has to apply that law. It's like some people have to live in actual reality while other people are given the privilege of living in a dream of their own making, and they can have it their way. And because of this, America is going to face a great judgment. Speaking of a great judgment, let's talk about the new president that the country was hotter and redder than a flaming Cheeto to get into office. Defend and deny what we know about Trump and accusations of actual misconduct. Trump has been elected to another term in the White House as Americans chose someone whose time in national politics has been marked with a number of accusations of actual misconduct, including one that emerged just 2 weeks before the 2024 election. A month before the 2016 presidential election, a leaked tape revealed Trump bragging about grabbing women's genitals, captured on a hot mic during a 2005 Access Hollywood taping. In the immediate aftermath, many condemned his words that included many Republican politicians who voiced their disapproval and disgust, but quickly returned to backing him, of course. That year, multiple women spoke out against Trump's history of actual misconduct. He responded by calling them horrible, horrible liars, denying any and all wrongdoing, and insisting that there was a larger plot being orchestrated by Hillary Clinton, his political opponent at the time, and the news media. Trump often denied the legitimacy of such claims against those in his orbit as well. In 2018, in response to sexual assault allegations against people in his own administration, Trump tweeted, quote, "People's lives are being shattered and destroyed by a mere allegation. Some are true and some are false. Some are old and some are new. There is no recovery for someone falsely accused. Life and career are gone. Is there no such thing any longer as due process?" Wouldn't he? The 19th has pulled together allegations of actual assault and harassment against him and people who worked for or with him in his campaigns or in his time in the White House. Some resigned only to be later welcomed back into the fold. Some have stayed connected to Trump. Here is what we found. Dozens of women accused Trump of actual misconduct dating back to the 1970s, and he has been found liable in court for sexual abuse. Several women have described Trump forcibly reaching under their skirts. Others said he kissed them without consent, and had a handful of beauty pageant contestants claim Trump inappropriately walked in on them in changing rooms. In total, about 24 women have spoken out publicly to accuse Trump. Jessica Leeds told the NY Times in 2016 that in the late 1970s, Trump, who was a stranger to her, reached his hand up her skirt and grabbed her breast on a flight to New York. She said he was like an octopus and his hands were everywhere before she fled to the back of the plane. Ivana Trump, Trump's first wife, accused him in a divorce deposition of raping her in a fit of rage in 1989 when they were married. She later said that she hadn't meant in a literal or criminal sense. Sit down, Ivana. Bitches like you make it hard for real bitches to stand up. Christian Anderson, a photographer and former model, told the Washington Post in 2016 that Trump sat next to her at a nightclub in the early 1990s and reached under her skirt. Anderson said the incident lasted about 30 seconds, but she and her friends were very grossed out and weirded out. 2 weeks before the 2024 election, Stacey Williams told The Guardian that she met Trump in 1992 through Jeffrey Epstein, who later became a registered ex-offender, was charged with sex trafficking, and died by suicide in 2019. Epstein suggested the two visit Trump in Trump Tower in New York in 1993. Williams said, and shortly after they arrived, Trump groped her breast and her butt. The Trump campaign denied the allegation. Jill Harth, who worked with Trump in the 1990s, accused him of attempted rape in a 1997 complaint. She said in that 1993, Trump tried to kiss her in his daughter's bedroom at his Mar-a-Lago resort, pushing her against a wall, putting his hand up her dress. She dropped the suit a few weeks after filing it, she said, as part of a settlement with Trump in a separate breach of contract case, according to the Associated Press. Lisa Bonet, a health food business entrepreneur, told HuffPost in 2016 that she attended a dinner with Trump in 1996 where several women were forced to walk across a table while Trump looked up their skirts and commented on their underwear and bodies. Quote, "It was the most offensive scene I've ever been a part of," she said. 5 former Miss Teen USA contestants told BuzzFeed News in 2016 that in 1997, Trump, the owner of the pageant at the time, of course he would be an owner of a teen pageant, unexpectedly walked into the contestants' dressing room while they were changing, which they found inappropriate. Maria Bellato said she rushed to put on her dress, and remember him saying, "Don't worry, ladies, I've seen it all before." Victoria Hughes said that it was the most inappropriate time to meet us all for the first time at that. The youngest girl was just 15, and I was the eldest at 19. The other 3 women described a similar situation to BuzzFeed anonymously. However, 11 others said they did not recall seeing Trump in the dressing room at all. In an April 2005 interview on the Howard Stern show, when asked about Miss USA and Miss Universe, Trump said he would go backstage before beauty pageant shows, the only man in the room, while the women were standing there with no clothes. As the owner, quote, "I sort of get away with things like that," he said. He was not asked about Miss Teen USA in the interview. So what's fascinating here is that we know now that those 11 other women who said that Trump was not in the dressing room at all lied. The man incriminated his damn self by saying that as the owner, he would absolutely do things like this. Baby, ooh, baby, that's some diabolical shit, baby. Because mammies of all kind exist. And the mammies and flying monkeys behind Trump who see no evil, hear no evil, and act deaf tone in order to protect him and to maintain their proximity to power, to a pageant, a trophy, the way that other people participate and gaslighting other people when they bear witness, direct witness to what took place. Wow. 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 Out of his own mouth, he would go backstage before beauty pageant shows and be the only man in the room, standing in there with women with no clothes on. And as the owner, he was able to get away with things like that. Yikes. E. Jean Carroll, a writer, said Trump raped her in 1996 in a Bergdorf Goodman dressing room. Carroll wrote about the incident in her 2019 memoir called What Do We Need Men For? In May 2023, Carroll was awarded $5 million after a jury held Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation, though not rape, but sexual abuse nonetheless. Temple Taggart, former Miss Utah, told the NY Times in 2016 that Trump kissed me directly on the lips when he met her at the 1977 Miss USA pageant, and again when she met with him in Manhattan after he offered to help with her modeling career. Taggart described the incident as inappropriate and said her first thought after he kissed her was, "Oh my God, gross." Kathy Heller told The Guardian in 2016 that Trump forcibly kissed her when she attended a Mother's Day brunch at Mar-a-Lago in the 1990s. Heller said she was angry and shaken after the former president ignored her handshake, grabbed her, and went for the lips and became angry when she tried to turn her head away. Amy Doris, a former model, said Trump forcibly kissed and groped her in his private box at the U.S. Open Tennis Championship in 1977. Doris told The Guardian in 2020 that Trump shoved his tongue down my throat and his hands were gropey and all over my butt, my breast, my back, everything. Karina Virginia, a yoga instructor and life coach, told the Washington Post in 2016 that Trump groped her, unexpectedly wrapping his arm around her and touching her breast in 1998 while she waited for a car outside the U.S. Open. Karen Johnson, who was a regular at Mar-a-Lago, said Trump put her behind a tapestry to kiss and grope her during a New York East party in the early 2000s. Johnson detailed the incident to journalists Barry Levine and Monique L. Fazzi, who published it in their 2019 book, All the President's Women, Donald Trump and the Making of a Predator, along with 42 other allegations, of sexual misconduct. That's going to be our next live read, you guys. Bridget Sullivan, another former Miss USA, baby. He got a fetish for these pageant girls. Another Miss USA contestant told BuzzFeed News in 2016 that she met Trump at a party promoting the competition and he hugged her a little low on your back and gave a squeeze that your creepy uncle would. In a separate instance in 2000, Sullivan said Trump walked backstage while many of the contestants were naked or getting dressed. Of course he did. Tasha Dixon, a former Miss USA contestant, told CBS in 2016 that in 2001, Trump walked into where she and other contestants were changing. Dixon said she thought Trump owned the pageant for the reasons to utilize his power to get around beautiful women. Melinda McGillivray told the Palm Beach Post in 2016 that Trump grabbed her butt without her consent in 2003 when they were backstage at a Ray Charles concert at Mar-a-Lago. Natasha Stonoff, a former reporter for People magazine, wrote in 2016 that Trump actually assaulted her in 2005 while she was visiting Mar-a-Lago to work on a story about his first year of marriage with Melania. When they were alone, Stonoff said Trump closed the door and pushed her against the wall before forcing his tongue down my throat. Juliette Huddy, a former Fox News anchor, said on the Morning with Bill Scuff's podcast in 2016 that Trump kissed her unexpectedly and without her consent in Trump Tower in the mid-2000s. Huddy said she didn't feel threatened at the time, but later realized she would have said no more clearly. Rachel Crooks, a former receptionist at Trump Tower, told the New York Times in 2016 that Trump kissed her directly on the mouth without consent when she first met him in 2005. Samantha Hovey, a former Miss USA contestant, told CNN in 2016 that when she competed in 2006, Trump personally inspected each contestant, looking at them from head to toe like sexual objects, which made her feel the dirtiest I felt in my entire life. Nini Laaksonen, a model and former Miss Finland in 2016, told, what is this? Itla Samat, a Finnish newspaper, that Trump squeezed her butt in 2006 when they were backstage at The Late Show with David Letterman. Oh my God. Jessica Drake, an actor in adult films, accused Trump during a 2016 news conference of grabbing her, kissing her without her consent, and offering her $10,000 to come to his penthouse hotel room in 2006. Summer Zervers, a former contestant on The Apprentice, told reporters at a 2016 news conference that Trump actually assaulted her on 2 separate occasions in 2007. The first was when she met him and he kissed her on the lips. Later that year, Zervers said Trump grabbed her shoulder, kissed her aggressively, placed his hand on her breast, and thrust himself on her before she was able to pull away and leave the room. Cassandra Surlis, a former Miss USA contestant, wrote in a 2016 Facebook post that Trump continually grabbed my ass and invited me to his hotel room when she competed in 2013. Alva Johnson, a former campaign staff member, alleged in a 2016 lawsuit that Trump grabbed her hand and kissed her on the side of the mouth without her consent during a rally in 2016. Trump has denied, of course, all allegations, saying they were lies used to hurt his presidential campaign. When reached for additional comment, Trump's 2024 campaign, of course, declined to motherfucking other people all up in Trump's administration and team, like Rudy Giuliani, the former mayor of New York City, served as one of Trump's personal lawyers for years, was identified as a co-conspirator in a plot to overturn his loss in the 2020 election. He faces a lawsuit brought by a woman who says he actually assaulted and harassed her in 2019. The woman, Noelle Duffy, said Giuliani hired her in January of 2019 as a business development director and public relations consultant, and then made clear that satisfying his sexual demands, which came virtually anytime, anywhere, was an absolute requirement of her employment, according to the lawsuit filed in May. Wow. Cassidy Hutchinson, a former Trump administration aide, claimed that Giuliani groped her backstage during the Stop the Steal rally on January 6th of 2021. According to her memoir published in September, Hutchinson said, Giuliani's hand slipped under my blazer, then my skirt. He's denied the allegations, calling them completely and absolutely false, of course. Walt Nauta, a Navy enlistee who worked at the White House from 2012 to 2021, served as Trump's personal valet and now faces 6 federal charges for allegedly helping the former president to hide confidential documents. He also faces allegations of actual misconduct on top of that in his time in the White House. In 2021, Navy officials found that while he served in Trump's White House, he had relations with 3 servicewomen that violated Navy rules. According to sources who spoke to the Daily Beast, the women were romantically involved with him while he was married and serving as Trump's valet. He was described as emotionally abusive, harassing and threatening to make public compromising images of the women, according to the Daily Beast. He reportedly admitted to the romantic relationships, and the Navy pulled him from the White House and reassigned him to the military branch's D.C. headquarters in May of 2021. Within a couple of months, though, he took a job as Trump's personal bodyguard. shortly after he retired from the Navy. Mr. Corey Lewandowski. Okay, we have a Corey Wensky who served as Trump's first campaign manager during the 2016 election, but was fired before the 2016 Republican convention due to concerns over his inability to handle an effective national campaign. In March of 16, during his time leading the campaign, he was charged with battery after forcefully grabbing and yanking the arm of Michelle Fields, a former Breitbart News reporter. Mr. Lewinsky denied the allegations on Twitter, calling Fields totally delusional. Of course, we know everybody to the right is. Prosecutors dropped the case in April, saying there was not enough evidence to support a criminal conviction. Then singer and Trump supporter Joe Villa told the Politico that Mr. Corey slapped her on the butt twice at a holiday party at the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C. in late November of 2017. Villa filed an actual assault allegation with the police the following month. D.C. police told the 19th that the investigation has been closed. Mr. Corey was welcomed back, of course, into the boys' fold. The fraternity, the Sausage Fest, as an outside advisor during Trump's presidency. And y'all wonder why they strip in women of their rights and everything else. Don't give a damn. Couldn't give any less of a damn about women, honey. They're only pussies to Trump and his team of ninjas. Oh, there's more accusations. My damn. Okay, I mean, he stalked another woman throughout the evening, said disgusting things to her, repeatedly touched her leg and buttocks. She also filed a police report. Now, this after he had already been through these ordeals with women and infidelities and abuse and everything else. Made a deal with prosecutors in which he did not have to admit guilt. And all charges would be dropped if he underwent 8 hours of impulse control counseling, served 50 hours of community service, and paid 1,000 fines. Now, what's interesting about plea deals is that they can be so full of shit. So the plea deal is you don't have to admit to being an abuser and an SA'er and a big fucking emotional demon weirdo. But we're going to give you community service as if you are. And this is really sad. You know why? Because these people get their records sealed up and all this shit. And so women who encounter these people after the fact don't even have the luxury of being able to even see the details of why these men had community service, etc. It really does more harm to women than anything else. Rob Porter, who served as a White House staff secretary for Trump in 2017 and 18, when he resigned after 2 former wives accused him of physical abuse during their marriages. Both said that they told the FBI about the alleged abuse during a background check before he joined the White House. Hortoness, who was married to Porter from 2003 and 2008, told Daily Mail that her marriage to Porter was verbally, emotionally, and physically abusive, and shared photographs of her with a blackened right eye and a swollen cheekbone. Walby, married to Porter from 2009 to 2013, said in interviews that Porter once pulled her out of the shower following a fight to continue to rage. In a statement at the time of his resignation, Porter said that these allegations are simply false. Of course, these men never do anything, but yet they take plea deals and they have to do community service and they are resigned and they're kicked out of the military. But I ain't do nothing. Porter wrote in an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal titled Trump's Big Trade Opening, detailing the former president's approach to international trade with China. In a response published to the Washington Post, Willoughby called Porter's return to the public eye deeply troubling because giving him a vote before he has publicly apologized for his actions elevates his opinions above my and Colby's dignity. Porter could not, of course, be reached for comment. There's Mr. David, a speechwriter in the Trump White House, resigned in February of 2018 within days of Porter after his former wife, Jessica Corbett, alleged abuse in an interview with the Washington Post. They had been married for 2.5 years before finalizing their divorce in the fall of 2017. According to Corbett, Mr. Man here ran a car over her foot, put a cigarette out in her hand, and threw her against a wall. He denied the allegations, of course, claiming he was the victim, obviously, of repeated physical abuse. Andrew Posner, the former chief executive of CKE Restaurants, the parent company of Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, was nominated by Trump to be the Secretary of Labor in 2017. Shortly after his nomination, a 2004 lawsuit surfaced that accused Posner of actually discriminating against, harassing, and wrongfully terminating Caroline Lincoln, a former CKE vice president of investor relations. Separately, in the late 1980s, Posner's ex-wife Lisa Henning filed documents alleging physical abuse, including beatings around the neck and body. She later dropped the charges as part of a child custody agreement in 1990 and signed a legal document saying that all allegations of abuse of any kind were made in the context of divorce proceedings. I fully withdraw these allegations. Baby, the way that women would do anything to protect their children and to have access to their kids. I can't even be mad at her, but it's a shame to be put in between a rock and a hard place like this. So, you know, what's interesting about this is in this whole Diddy conversation, RICO, racketeering, as we always say, people in power never do this alone. And this is a prime example that abusers surround themselves with other explicit abusers. Surround themselves with them. This is America. No wonder there hasn't been a female president yet. There's been female candidates. There's been female VPs. It's a shame that when men are in charge, women are in danger. And the more in charge and the more power that men unfortunately get, the more dangerous things become for women in general. This is America. A man who could be riddled with bundles of allegations against him from women of all backgrounds, of all races, who were even teenagers at the time that they were assaulted and abused. A man who ran out of the White House with classified documents and hid them beside the toilet in his guest bathroom. A man who had extra relations with a corn star while the first lady was at home pregnant. A man who has evaded taxes. A man who has claimed that all these allegations against his abuse of women are lies, but yet continued to surround himself with men who abused women. A man who ordered immigrant children to be kept in cages and made no effort to reconnect most of them to their mothers and fathers. Because you know what? This SAer and pervert who surrounds himself with other SAers and perverts also had border control facilities that were also littered with SA allegations. Those immigrant children were trafficked themselves. Reported physical, verbal, and sexual abuse was reported as well. And most of those kids have gone completely missing. They've been vacuumed into the vortex of the international PDF ring of the world. Everything that a Pizzagate mythology is made out of. This is who they wanted over a cackling, qualified woman of color. I don't know what else to say. As White House press secretary said, the people got what they wanted. And we're going to respect it, baby. What else can you really say when a person has walked around practically naked in terms of how authentic and true to themselves they've been? And if people still want Trump, even after living through his administration, living through him recognizing virtue and goodness in the Proud Boys, but wanted a exonerated Central Park 5 on death row for crimes they didn't even commit, then hey, people do, in the words of the White House press secretary, deserve to get what they got. A president who had more empathy for the pale hoe who got popped trying to come through the federal doors as an insurrectioner, but denied the PTSD that led to the untimely death of one of those federal agents who were beaten and bludgeoned to death. Well, not to death, but he was beaten so badly that it resulted in PTSD that then eventually led to cardiac arrest and heart failure. A man who had an opportunity to regulate the border issue for an entire year and chose not to because it would make for a better campaign clapback against his opponents. But y'all believe he's going to regulate the border, and he probably will, because, you know, Trump is a sadomasochist, and he enjoys that MAGA are just as sadistic. And the fact that he's being egged on to actually indulge in the worst parts of his humanity, because he knows that y'all love the suffering of children. He knows that y'all love the suffering of women. He knows that y'all love the suffering of people. I absolutely believe this is going to be one of the largest deportation operations in U.S. history, because all his supporters practically asked him to do is, can you be Trump to the highest degree? And now that he's been able to get away with murder, and y'all have actually asked him to come back, y'all have greenlit him being back after he has been on bad behavior his whole life and was definitely on bad behavior during his presidency. Oh, you know he's going to show his ass, because that's what all this has to mean from Trump's perspective. Baby, y'all want me back? Oh. Rest assured. If y'all want to see America a living hell, baby, you ain't gotta beg me. Okay? Don't tempt me to indulge in a good time. Oh yes, he's absolutely gonna do it up. But you know what's sad even is that those of us, because I see a lot of us, you know, in the comment sections of those who are rooting for Trump and Team Trump and Trump, yeah, Trump, da, 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 and everybody is saying, I don't want to hear shit when police brutality. I don't want to hear shit about unemployment. I don't want to hear shit about the immigration issue. I don't want to hear shit about civil rights. I don't want to hear shit. But you know why we can't even say that? You know why Those of us who didn't even vote for him can't even say that because he's our president too. Unfortunately, those who voted for Trump, especially voted for him for all the wrong reasons, have made a victim out of all of us. So a lot of the people who are going to be beaten to death at the hands of police, who are going to have qualified immunity, some of those people are going to be us. Some of those bodies are going to be us. The people who are going to be fucked over because of a stripping away of Social Security and all these resources for the disabled, for the elderly, government assistance, etc. Some of those people gonna be our people because this man is all of our president. Those who supported Trump have forced us all to be subjected to this. Unfortunately, we don't get to live in a separate America. While those who voted for him live in a different America. Unfortunately, we're all under the same rule. Which means that we're all going to be subjected to the bullshit of it all. If only it could be that those who voted for him could actually have him and have him only. But unfortunately, when that rain cloud comes over America for 4 years, that rain is going to befall all of us. It's not going to hit just the unjust. It's going to hit the just, as the scriptures say. They dragged us all into this fight, all into the eye of the storm. The same man who pushed back on immigrants because he's a xenophobe was also the same man who used illegal immigrants to build the Trump Towers. You know, these people are opportunistic, which is why they cherry pick and they're selective. Because for them, everything is self-serving. Get rid of them if they ain't contributing to shit or if they become a problem. But if they can be used to do all that free labor and cheap labor, and they can say the fuck out the way, then hell, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about the law that they're used to hide their egotism and their materiality and their religiosity and their bigotry and xenophobia. Don't give a damn. When it can serve them, it's all good. When they have no use of you, or you become a problem, or you try to become a human in their system, then it's build that motherfucking wall. Yep, just like slavery. Everybody gets treated like a slave in the system. Blacks, women's, queer folk, immigrants, even when they're illegal. Man, this is going to be one hell of a ride, y'all. It's going to be such hell in our ride, baby. Look, I was already on the phone with my friends who living in the Mediterranean, honey. I'm asking around as we speak, baby. I'm on the phone every day. Checking out my friends who live in certain parts of the world, honey. You know, just scoping, honey. I got some destinations to visit. So I can see what my potential new home and dual citizenship. It's going to be. I've heard great things about Peru and Argentina. Oh, where nosy at? I might have to do the same thing. Observe from afar. Because the way that this shit about to be flipped like a flat pancake, baby, on low heat, and just a scoop of butter, it's about to be nasty work. Nasty work. Nasty work. I don't believe that Kamala gonna go anywhere. I believe that she's gonna be, a force to reckon with, as she said. She reminded us. We still got them, and they're gonna be pushing back with everything that they have about shit that ain't right, shit that ain't fair, shit that's self-serving, shit that's gonna be problematic as fuck. Like I said last night, baby, all them blue folk on the polls, we gotta come together. It's time to work together, band together. It's time to start talking about an economy. It's time to start talking about a military. It's time to start talking about what we need to do from here until the next 4 years, because we can't get on it at the last minute. We got to start working toward moving the dial right now. And it can't happen the last 7 months of the election year. It can't happen the last 2 months. I'm Carrie. I'm a mixture of Carrie Bradshaw and actually I'm kind of a little bit of all of them except for Samantha. Samantha is just too dependent upon power. She too egotistical, and she too dick hungry, and I ain't none of those things. I'm more so like Charlotte, Carrie, and I forgot the other lady name. But yeah, I'm more like those three characters. It's like a mixture of all of them. But all in all, probably Carrie Bradshaw. Bit of hopeless romantic. A little bit here for the shits. Ultimately, heart is in the right direction. Career-oriented. Interested in fashion, media, art, blogging, just like Carrie Bradshaw. And got a little bit of sense about my damn self. Miranda. I love me some Miranda, baby. A part of me is Miranda. Cynical. Hard up. Not easily impressed. You got to show me. And Charlotte, Charlotte is very innocent. There's something very wholesome about her. And I haven't lost that part of myself either. There is a naivety and a gullibility and a hopelessness and more so a hopefulness in me. So I see, the Charlotte in me, the Miranda in me, the Carrie in me. And I guess the part of me that's good at sex is also Miranda. I'm just not as sexually active as Miranda. And I'm not as materially oriented as Miranda. I mean, as Samantha. Samantha kind of superficial. Exists kind of on the surface. Live from her ego. I more so live from my inner man. My divinity. So that's that, y'all. We'll continue to be, counting the days, counting the hours. It was all supposed to be an hour at most live stream. Of course, it turned into damn 2.5 hours, child. I'm sure he would run in 2028. Who gonna run? Because Trump is done. Especially if they're not able to overthrow this damn constitution the way they want to. so that he can be president until his death. Unless that happens, no, this is his final term. His ass is gone, baby. You can be both. You can both be carried, child. Period. I don't think Newsom is gonna run. He's y'all talking about Newsom. He's already dealing with hell right here in Cali. A season hole. Period. If they will pull up the freak offs with Diddy and Trump kissing each other, Kamala will win. Baby, the way these people are blindly leading Trump, Trump said it best. He could go out into Times Square and slap a baby. And he literally proved that. He proved that. The following behind Trump is cultic. I don't give a damn. You could pull up tapes of him and Justin Bieber when Justin was not an adult baby. These people wouldn't give a damn. They wouldn't give a damn. Trump proved that he can do what he said. He wanted to cultivate a cult following, a Hitler-like following, and that's what he did. People laid their life down for Trump. People was willing to walk away from their bodies and their families to stand up for the Trump religion. This man done did everything under the sun that constitutes as a criminal. He's our president again. I no longer doubt the MAGA following. They mean business. But you know what? We need to as well. There's some of what they got that we could use a little bit more of for shizzle. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm tired as hell. I've been on little sleep these past few days covering all this election shit. So I'm going to biggity bounce. I love you all. Send me ORT to my emails, girl. Anything happening, anything happening, girl. Anything crazy happening around this election, send it to me. Any interesting conspiracies, send them to me. Follow me on Instagram at Consciouztv at Gmail. Y'all already know the email and all that stuff is always in the description box below. You guys already know if you enjoyed yourself, if you want to show some love, my Cash App and PayPal is also in the description box below. A nigga birthday is in 13 days. So, yes, God will be your old nasty 39, honey. This is my last year. I mean, well, next year will be my, well, yeah, technically. I mean, it starts now, actually. This is my last year. As like in my 30s. I will be 40 by the end of next year. By the end of next year, I will be 40. So, yeah, gotta live it up. Gotta do it up. Didn't even think God would give me this many years, child. But he obviously got a purpose for me in the earth, girl. So we up in this bitch. All right. Heard anything about your coworker, Scooter? Who's Scooter? Who the fuck is? Oh, no. Oh, actually, wasn't he supposed to have a, he was supposed to have, hold on, I do have something about Scooter. Hold on. He had a hearing, I believe. I believe the hearing, it came one day either before or after his birthday. I think he had a hearing on the 4th. So that nigga had to spend his birthday, child, in the county goddamn jail. How about that? But apparently he had a hearing recently. I don't know what the outcome is. I know he pled guilty. Apparently, some of the counts against him were dropped, and pretty much I think this hearing that just passed was supposed to be about I guess about the outcome of what the judge was going to do. So whether he was going to be sentenced to some more months in jail or some type of probation or some type of conversion program, some type of mental asylum, girl. So actually I'm gonna look into it to see what the outcome is. They might have let his ass out. I don't know. I know his roommate apparently still speaking out, you know, basically saying he damn sure ain't coming back to live with him. And apparently, the Scooter's mama has been, she hasn't really yielded herself to helping the Scooter show, apparently. I mean, according to the Scooter show's attorney, child. But I don't really blame the damn family because, you know, he tried to send the fucking marshals and shit and have his grandma's house swatted and shit. That shit could have turned out real fucked up. So I don't really blame his family, child, if they're like, girl, goodbye. But we'll see. Yeah, he probably getting out soon, so I'm sure he'll be out here on these streets acting a fool. Y'all have a good evening too, child. I will see y'all later. Good night. Bye.